I'm here in Mokpo. Let's get inside and I'll tell you what we're talking about today. Hello everyone! I usually cover beer and stuff. This is another one of those personal interest videos. And today, we're going to talk about bad behavior on the internet. Or things that annoy me that people do on the internet. You'll have your own list. If you sat down and thought about this, you have your own list of things. This is my list. And the first one that annoys me is, that's subjective. You'll have something like, oh yeah, like the best movie of all time is The Godfather. And someone will pipe in, actually there is no best movie ever, that's subjective. Like, yeah. Like, presumably we're not 8, right? 8 years old? Presumably. We learn this stuff in like grade 5 and grade 6 about like opinions versus facts. You don't need to tell us that. We know that when he says the best movie ever is The Godfather, that he thinks that. You add nothing to the conversation. You can either agree with the person, you can counter with, well, okay, that's a pretty good movie, but this one's better, and then explain why. Or you can just say nothing at all. Coming in when someone shares an opinion they have and saying, that's not factual, that's an opinion, is useless. My number 2 thing is, why are you talking to me? Now let me explain. Someone makes a post, someone responds to that post with anything, doesn't matter. But person A, this is what matters. Person A says, meh, 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 as the first response to the first response, right? I come in and I say, that's actually not right, or have you considered this? Or I say something to them, right? And they immediately go, was I talking to you? It's like, hey, moron. You're in a public group of 14,000 people. Like, the guy with the first response wasn't talking to you either. So, the idea that I can't, like, reply to what you said in a group of 14,000? 100,000? You're on the internet. This isn't like your family's barbecue event that I wasn't invited to. You're in a public group, you friggin' idiot. And the next one is, you're trolling. This gets so overused. If someone makes a post and I make a grammar pun, that's not trolling. Views that you don't like are also not trolling. So, trolling is basically the purposeful debasement of an argument in saying things that you don't believe simply to rile up people. Now, I can be contrarian at times, and I have some views that people don't like, and that's fine. But trolling is the deliberate debasement and dissolution of any logical argument on the part of the troll's part into argument for argument's sake, and just this whirlwind spiral down. And I'm not saying that I've never done that, but you know, I was talking about tipping the other day in the Canadians and South Korea group, and I said, like, you know, you wouldn't tip the guy at Home Depot if he led you around for 15 minutes and explained the intricacies of lumber to you. You wouldn't tip him. And someone said, oh, at this point you're just trolling. It's like, no, I genuinely believe that. I think tipping's stupid. You don't tip the guy at Home Depot, so why would I tip a server? You're trolling. I'm like, no, I'm not. Anyway, there's old Mokpo. You're not from this country, so you can't have an opinion on this country. I hope the next time America bombs a hospital in the Middle East, you have no opinion on it. You can't think anything about that, because you're not American, right?
But I mean no harm, nor put fault on anyone that lives in a vault.
I know we're in Mokpo, but you can imagine what these cost. I'll intersperse this video with a positive thing that has nothing to do with the internet. I love in Korea. Just go on the roof. Now you can argue, Kevin, you don't live there. Why are you up there? Like, shut up, seriously. Like, just shut up. I don't care, genuinely. But I can see into those houses down there. Check this out. Imagine the. Again, we're not in Seoul, right? But still. These places must cost an absolute fortune. Like, look at this house. Awesome. This guy has a yard. How absurd is it that that excites me? But in Korea, you know, you have a yard. This place too. Damn, son. This is the one I wanted to see more. Like, that's an old house. Surrounded by trees. It's middle of January. There's still like tropical trees down here and shit. Pretty cool. Anyway, back to the negativity. You cared enough to comment. If someone posts something truly banal, truly useless, truly a waste of everyone's time, and someone writes, "No one gives a fuck, man," you don't say, "You cared enough to comment." No, you see, the thing he posted, no one's gonna give a fuck about, and you're telling them that. I don't care about the subject in itself. I'm explaining to the OP, probably, and everyone else who's gonna come across this post, that it's useless, futile, and no one gives a shit. Saying that I don't care about the content of the post doesn't make me care. I care about my time, and I care about expressing my opinions. I don't care about the post. That doesn't make any sense. Stop doing that. Am I being too harsh? Am I the asshole here? Maybe. I think it's time for some self-reflection. Ow. I just got a rose bush. I just took a rose bush to the knee, for real. Right there. I used to be an explorer like you until I took a rose bush to the knee. He's friendly, thank Christ. Oh, okay. That's fun. What's up, pup? How can I help you? The lady just told me this is the mascot of the neighborhood. Hey! Another one. People who write this. These are especially egregious on websites that have voting functions like Reddit or Facebook, which has reacts. You know, someone makes a good point. Happens every day. Thousands of times. Where are we going? I'm in this alleyway village. Someone makes a good point. Fair play. You can, upvote it. You can react to it. We don't need 7 people writing this. If you write this and then add another sentence or two, not even agreeing, but maybe elaborating on that point, right? Fair play. But stop. No one, you don't need to be seen with one-word answers. Contribute to the conversation. I'm just chilling with some old shipwrecks from the 1100s. And one more thing that pisses me off is, you'll have a post about a lasagna recipe, and everyone's going, "Wow, thanks, I would never think to use, that thing or cook it that way." And there's always one guy. "Palestine is being bombed by the Israelis." Like, we know. Just shut up. Shut up about your... And everyone knows about Palestine and Israel. If this was some child in Burundi who's like, "My pastor's abusing me and I don't know what to do," it would still be off topic, but it's like, okay, geez, everyone knows about the Israel-Palestine conflict. Every single person hears about it every single day about 17 times. So keep that shit out of our lasagna recipe posts, please. And possibly my least favorite one, you shouldn't judge people. This is an online behavior. This is also just a platitude in real life that drives me insane. I'm sorry, why? Why not? Now, obviously there are extremes to this. There's extremes, and this is an extreme I'm completely making up, but if you met someone who said, anyone who wears Nike shoes is a rapist pedophile who only eats bacon sandwiches. That's not even judgment at that point. That's mental illness. That's on one extreme. That's, judging everyone all the time for anything and making things up. But then you have the you shouldn't judge people. You have friends, presumably, yes? And they're your friends because you've judged them to be decent, interesting, compatible people with your likes and interests or your values or whatever, right? again, there are extremes to this, but you know, you'll have some lady online, there's a story about some woman who like was drunk driving, and people are like, what a piece of shit, and it's like, you shouldn't judge people. Again, why not? why what is the logic behind not judging people? Like, I imagine maybe these people are Christians, some of them, and that only God can judge people, right? Again, though, there are reasons why you like some of your coworkers more than other ones. And if you tell everyone that you like all your coworkers the exact same, no one's buying that. Like, genuinely. Who's gonna believe that? Really? Yeah, you're all great. It's like, you're allowed to have favorites. Maybe all of your coworkers are nice and you don't have any asshole ones, right? But if you had 11 coworkers and you didn't have one that was closest to you, that'd be bizarre, right? That would be weird. So this whole platitude of like, don't be mean. It's like, fuck off. Like, shut up. Doesn't make any sense. You can judge me for this video. Tell me in the comments if I'm a total twat. That's fine. You're entitled to it. I'll end that with a majestic, sweeping view of the city and port. Anyway, thanks for listening. If you have any more things that anger you about things people do online, and I know when I say that I'm going to get some smartass who's like, people who make videos about things that annoy them. I got it before you. You comment it now, it looks like you're copying me, but at least I'll know that you watched to the end.